How would you like to know the process of what goes on in a recording studio when making a song? Who or what brings the inspiration, the beat making, and the songwriting? Today's guest will talk to you about how lyrics, rhythm, and structure play a big role when making a hit record. He will also talk about his future music projects and also his progress in the television production course and show us some of his projects that he has done these past couple of months. The Humanities Communication Arts Department of Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to television's future writers, directors, and personalities. And now join our host, Joe Gonzalez.
Thank you for joining us for today's edition of The New Directors. All of the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as talent for the first time today. The guests you are about to meet are students who, when not on camera, are behind the scenes working hard to bring this program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student will write and direct 4 different productions. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves, the productions they have been completed, and give you the chance to get to know them and watch their progress throughout the semester. Our guest today is an NCC student in the Film and Television Production course. He is also a music producer and a DJ who is working on his demo album, and he hopes to make it big in the music industry. Now I would like you to meet our guest today, Diego Gibovich.
Thank you for having me, Joe.
Nice to meet you. So Diego, can you tell us about your music career and also explain the process you go through when making a song?
Well, I got into music production in my freshman year. My school was offering a course on music production, so I decided to take it. I was like making music, so I said, no, why not? I'll do it. So as I went on, you know, I got into it, and then I practiced a lot, and I was making beats on a daily basis. My friend and I, which I work with, we made our own studio, and one of the first things we spent a lot of time in the studio just making music. So that's the studio we have. One of the things that we do first is, well, God, it's taking forever. That's the microphone we work with. Very expensive microphone, but quality, you know. So one of the things we do first is we create the melody for the song. This is very important. It's one of the important things to do. And we also have a lot of instruments we can pick from: piano, strings, etc. The next is adding drums to the melody, and then also adding different instruments to the beat to make it sound complete. That's another melody we're using there. Then we check for volume, make sure each track sounds right. It's not too high. Then we map out the tracks, and this is our speaker. It's a tip for everybody who's making music. You always gotta have some good speakers. You know what I mean? So when you mix music, it sounds good. So this is just mixing the song right now, mixing the beat, and then right after that, once that's done, we get to the songwriting, which is should be coming up now. The songwriting here, and that's pretty much it, I think. And then after that, we put it on the microphone, and we got a song.
You write your own lyrics?
Yes, sir.
Now, could you tell us why you decided to take the TV production course?
Well, I've always been interested in taking this course. One of my friends took it like a year ago, and he said, "Hey, man, take it. You know, it's a good course. Teacher, it's very good." So I said, "No, why not? I'll take it." And yeah, so since then.
Cool. What are some of the most useful things you have learned in the TV production course?
I learned how to operate cameras. I learned to put a camera on a tripod, so it doesn't look like it's a homemade video. You know, when you have it on the hand, it shakes. So have it on a tripod is it makes it look very professional. Right. So that's one of the things I learned.
And now, can you tell us about the productions you created for the TV1 class, the Learning Project, the Action Sequence, the New England Seasonal Project, and the Orange Project?
Yeah, well, first I'll talk about my Learning Project. For this one, I learned the basics. of shooting with a camera. I learned about extreme close-ups, over-the-shoulder shots, medium shots, and many other techniques. And with this, I was able to do other projects. So this started everything, made me learn for my next project. And so yeah, that's it. My next one is my action sequence. For this one, I sketched out storyboards and placed a camera in different angles. I had her just walk up the stairs, and it was simple. She had to just tie her shoe, clean entrance, just tie the shoe, and yeah, so I like that one a lot. Simple, but I like it. Then next, it was my winter project. For this one, I learned about lines of grace, shift focus, poor man's to solve, the rule of thirds. Filming this was a pain because of how cold it was, but I think that I got some very good shots, especially the one that's about to come up right now. I love that one because you see the water on the side and you see the reflection of the trees. So yeah, very proud of that one. And last is my orange project, which I shot. I did the story. I sketched out the storyboard, and I filmed over 3 hours of this raw footage, which I edited on Avid. I had a lot of fun doing this project. So
It's really professional.
yeah, got a nice camera. So
Now, I know you had one project that you felt was your best. Tell us about it while we watch a sample of the video with the music you selected.
well, my best project was the orange project. Like I said, it was really fun to do. I had the actor pretty much just wake up one morning and he wants breakfast. So he couldn't find what to eat. So he found the orange on the table. So he said, "Well, no, I'll eat it." So yeah, and then I used one of my music here. So let's take a listen.
It's really interesting.
Thank you.
You mentioned the variety of things you learned in this course. What was the most interesting and important skill you learned, and how will you put it to use?
I think I learned how to use Avid. I think that's editing videos. I think that's the thing that I learned the most. It was also easy for me to do that because in music you use the same editing. So that's one of the things. Also, I learned that teamwork always works. I know that my team, they're doing a great job. So big shout out to them.
That's cool. Today we got to meet someone who shared with us what goes on behind the scene in a recording studio. He also plans to keep learning from this film and TV production course to move up to the next level. I would like to thank our guest, Diego Gibovich, for joining us today.
Thank you, Joe.
We hope you enjoyed meeting some of television's future directors, and we hope you will continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you, and good day.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Joe Gonzalez, directed by Joe Flores. I'm your announcer, Diane Basico. The New Directors is a Norwalk Community College student production.